Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. My name's Angelo, and today what we're going to be talking about is why Nate Robinson actually lasted longer in a boxing match against Jake Paul versus how long Ben Askren lasted against Jake Paul. When Ben Askren is a mixed martial arts champion in, ONE FC in Bellator MMA, and was a somewhat high level competitor in the UFC. How did he end up lasting longer than a professional mixed martial artist who was a champion in two different divisions, right? How did this end up happening? Well, the answer is somewhat simple and somewhat complex at the same time. I think there's actually probably two answers to this. Number one, I think Ben Askren severely underestimated Jake Paul, and I think he just let Jake get comfortable. Whereas even though Nate didn't really know what he was doing, he actually pressed him multiple times throughout the first round. He did get dropped, but he actually pressured him. And Jake Paul isn't really that good going backwards. I mean, it took him a whole round to finally figure out, oh, okay, he's coming forward. Just, kind of let him come forward and, throw my overhand right as he comes forward with his chin out, right? And he did a good job. He knocked, Nate Robinson out. But Ben Askren kind of let him get comfortable, let him get set, and he, ended up, piecing him up a little bit and finding a home for his right hand. Also, too, Ben Askren is a world-class wrestler, not a world-class striker. His striking is very bad, very, very bad. And as we saw, well, I would say his striking isn't terrible, but his defense was obviously terrible. In boxing, offense and defense, you have to be good at both. You have to be good at making people miss and then coming back with counters, throwing, and not getting hit. If Ben Askren had pressed Jake Paul the entire time, I think he would have made it probably to the fourth or fifth without getting knocked out, maybe even the whole fight. But he didn't. He let Jake get comfortable, and that is why, even though Nate Robinson doesn't really have a mixed martial arts career of any sort, he actually lasted longer because he pressed Jake time and time again, and Jake didn't really know how to deal with the pressure until the second round, whereas Ben did not. So that is why Nate Robinson actually lasted longer against Jake Paul than mixed martial arts world champion Ben Askren.